You remember the old Gomer Pyle episodes, right? Surprise, surprise. That's kind of what I feel like right now. SolarWinds lied. Imagine that. On Monday, the Security and Exchange Commission filed suit against SolarWinds and their CISO, Tim Brown, for fraud and internal controls failure. You remember SolarWinds. They provide system management tools for network and infrastructure monitoring. In a reported massive data breach in 2018 through 2020, a hack compromised the data, networks, and systems of 18,000 of the 30,000 public and private organizations using SolarWinds. Those affected included local, state, and federal agencies. Okay, let's get to what's up now. The SEC is raising their hand high and saying, wait a minute, you lied to us, your investors, and your clients. The statement from the SEC alleges that from at least its October 2018 initial public offering through at least its December 2020 announcement that it was the target of a massive, nearly 2-year-long cyber attack. SolarWinds and Brown defrauded investors by overstating SolarWinds' cybersecurity practices and understating or failing to disclose known risks. Internal memos show that Brown and Company admitted internally that their systems were not secure, and an adversary could pretty much do whatever they wanted without being noticed. Brown pretty much said so internally. Brown knew, according to his own internal memos to the team, that the volume of security issues being identified over the last month have outstripped the capacity of engineering teams to resolve. The public statements and cover-up from SolarWinds was so blatant, the SEC quotes one of the employees as saying, "Every time I hear about our head geeks talking about security, I want to throw up." The SEC has a little twist in the filing if you read it closely. They're filing because SolarWinds and Tim Brown defrauded investors. Check out this statement by the SEC. SolarWinds made an incomplete disclosure about the Sunburst attack in December 14, 2020, Form 8K filing, following which its stock price dropped approximately 25% over the next 2 days and approximately 35% by the end of the month. There's the rub. People lost money and now they want their pound of flesh. So, who is the SEC protecting here? Investors or clients who had their data compromised? It will be interesting to follow this thread over the next year to see who actually is the victim according to the SEC and who deserves compensation. I'll be keeping an eye on it. This is Mark Miller. I've put links to the SEC original filing, their description of the filing, and other resources at the bottom of the transcription for this episode on 505updates.com. I'd appreciate you sending this update to your CISO. It's definitely a story worth following.